Moon Sky. Now you're talking to Dave McCabe.
Hello, Dave.
Moon Sky is a street magician who has appeared on street corners, parlor magic venues, and a few bar mitzvahs. Whether her presence was actually invited there, maybe we'll get to that story. Moon, are you ready?
Absolutely. I've never been readier.
I can't believe we could start in any other place than your birth certificate. Moon Sky, what an interesting name. What would I see if I saw your real birth certificate?
Well, you'd probably see a lot of correctional fluid just because actually changing your name is a little expensive. So I just sort of took some white out and just DIY'd my own name change. It's written in Sharpie. It's pretty impressive and absolutely legit.
You know, community colleges have tons of calligraphy classes, and it's so glad to see when somebody can put them to use. Now, when and what age did you actually change your name?
Oh goodness. Well, I don't like revealing my age. You know, a magician never tells her secrets, but I will say Enron had just happened, right? You know, the thing in Texas, and landline phones were still very much a thing when I changed my name.
Interesting. Did you practice your magic in school?
Actually, yeah, I practiced magic in school all the time. It was the number one reason why I was unfortunately bullied in school. I hate to, get a little dark here, Dave, but I just really want to be honest. It's hard when you're a burgeoning magician and you're trying to spread joy and bring your craft to the masses, and people just call you a weirdo, but I really learned a lot from that criticism, and it made me into the performer I am today.
That's fantastic to hear. One thing, though, I understand music or magic runs in your family. Your
It does,
grandfather.
yes. My grandfather was a magician. He taught me everything that I know. I would sneak into his magic cabinet and play with his cards and pull the rabbit out of the hat, and he would be like, Moon, you have this incredible talent. Let me cultivate that. And he really showed me the magical ropes of magic.
So what trick did you really made Moon?
Oh goodness. I would say my very first big trick, I was 6 years old, and I was like, I'm going to disappear. And I grew up in a small town in Indiana, so it was very easy to disappear. I just ran into a cornfield, and I was like, I've disappeared. No one can find me. I sat there for 8 hours. My mom called the cops because she was like, my daughter is missing. And then eventually they found me via helicopter. But yeah, that was like my first escape artist.
Wow. So your influences, I guess, were Houdini.
Oh, absolutely. Harry Houdini. I'm very influenced by Garfield the cat. I know he's not a magician, but I just think, the way that he acts around John and how much of a trickster Garfield is, I try to incorporate that into my routine. Who else am I influenced by? Oh, I love the movie The Prestige. I look to that frequently.
Yeah, both Batman and Wolverine were in that movie.
Oh, yes, which, again, superpowers, magical. Even you would think, what do superhero movies and magic have in common? And, it's all about performing unhuman feats. Even though some of those unhuman feats are performed by people who are literal mutants, I still try to encompass that.
And that's what I have appreciated you. I've seen you more than you know on those street corners, and
Wow.
more than you know in those magic parlors.
I'm
And
so flattered.
it's the commitment that I see. That's the reason you're my first guest, the commitment that you have. But it came from somewhere. So your grandfather, who went under the name Guy Sky, was most famous for that disappearing granddaughter trick.
Yeah.
Did you have like a reveal? As you mentioned, the prestige. What was your reveal? Did you
Oh,
have
my reveal, after sitting there for multiple hours in
Mhm.
like a Walmart parking lot, or as I mentioned, a field, very deserted places, I would just come home and my parents would be like, "There you are." And I'd be like, "I've reappeared." And my grandfather would go, "Oh, Moon, you little trickster, you have such a bright future ahead of you."
It is amazing to have family support.
Oh,
But now
absolutely.
you're kind of alone. So what are you doing during quarantine?
Oh, goodness. Well, I've been burning a lot of candles.
Mm,
Um, Unfortunately, I haven't been able to perform that much just because obviously venues are closed. And doing magic,
but you need
Instagram magic is a completely different, thing. So
sure.
I've missed performing.
Yeah, and I'd imagine it's hard not being with the bar mitzvahs. What kind of magic helps that boy going into manhood?
I, I feel like it's magic is a metaphor for a lot of things,
Hmm.
and especially like coming of age.
Sure.
There, Harry Houdini came of age, became a big magician. Some little boy slash girl slash whatever they identify as, because
Right. Yeah,
I'm a progressive magician. Okay,
I know you
I
are.
put that's on record. Um, they can magic really inspires these children that they can be whatever they want to be.
That's a fantastic outlook. I've also in your shows noticed that you grab audience members to bring up on stage.
Oh yes.
What's your criterion? Did you have a favorite one?
Um, I really just follow my heart, Dave.
Oh,
I try and make a lot of eye contact, and if I feel a spark and I feel a little bit of like, I don't want to say power, but a little bit of like trepidation, like don't pick me. That's the person I pick.
can you tell me about a time whenever you picked the wrong person to come up on stage?
Oh, yes. Um, it was I was performing in the park, and there were lots of dogs there.
Was
Um,
it a park?
a park, yes.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of outdoor magic. Again, like I feel like it's a good extension of the street corner.
Sure.
Um, so anyway, there were lots of dogs in this park, and I made eyes with a German Shepherd, and I was like, I felt something from this dog. So I was like, let me be my I don't even victim's a weird word, but like be my volunteer.
Yeah, yeah,
And
right. Yeah,
unfortunately, the dog's owners just
sure.
ran away. They were like, "What is this weird woman doing yelling at my dog?" And then they walked away, and I was like, "No, come back. I have been planning a dog-themed magic trick for months."
Right. Have you had any trouble getting dogs to volunteer? I'm sure cats won't get up on stage with you, but
Oh, cats are, when they say fraidy cats,
mm,
true, so true. Sometimes the dogs get up on stage on their own.
oh yeah,
For example,
yeah.
I was performing once in an animal shelter, and there was a huge it was a fundraiser. There was a
Oh,
huge freak accident where some rascal came in and opened up all of the cages, and I was
uh,
surrounded by like bunnies, kittens, hamsters. It was crazy.
nobody had a phone. Nobody could have posted that on YouTube. Missed opportunities.
Absolutely a missed opportunity. It would have gone viral on TikTok.
I can tell you, not that this is about me, but there's times that I go on YouTube and cats being buddies with dogs. I don't know. I just melt.
Hamsters being buddies with ducks?
Yes. Yes. How do you not smile? Especially during these times. So, is there anything you're working on right now?
Yeah. So, while I'm home by myself, sort of cultivating my magic career so that, when we are allowed to be in performance spaces together, I can come back, stronger and, more adept with sleight of hand. I actually have found a new career. Would you like to hear about it, Dave?
I am like all ears.
All right. So, have you heard of Forex trading?
I have not heard of Forex trading.
Forex trading is actually quite magical. So, what you do is you have to read a book first. It's all about the art of business. I can't say the book title because this whole organization is very private and horrible things could happen to me if I spill too many secrets. But anyway, I digress. So you have to read a book, you have to attend a meeting, and then after you do both of those things, you have to speak to the council. And then you speak to the council, there's a blood oath involved. And then you can become a Forex trader. So what you do is you and a group of people pull in like $50 each, and then you wait a couple days and suddenly bam, $800 just appears in your bank account.
Well, geez, that sounds like magic just there.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I thought that Forex trading, which is definitely not a pyramid scheme, was a really good, say what you want, but I am fulfilled professionally by this. And I thought it was a great jump from magic because, I'm still making magic happen. How does that $50 turn into $800? I don't know. It just happens. How does Houdini break out of that straitjacket? I don't know.
Clearly he has a ton of people that are paying him, and those people have a ton of people that are paying them, and that's not at all like a pyramid scheme.
Exactly. Dave, I can lend you this secret book and get you started on the meeting and put in a good word with the council in case you're interested in this.
That is fantastic because we all have a little bit more time on our hands right now.
Exactly. And just a warning with the blood oath, don't look down when they're taking the blood. It's quick and relatively harmless.
Well, and you're sure in a sanitary environment as well.
If you consider someone's basement sanitary, then yeah.
How many tattoos happen in basements? I think we're good.
Exactly.
So tell me about your favorite parlor venue trick.
Ooh, my favorite parlor venue trick. I think it would have to be.
There's less wind.
There's less wind, and you're indoors. So it's not like you can just be like, let me walk between two buildings because you're inside. So I would say my favorite parlor trick is woman cut in half and then covered in a tablecloth and then disappears and then reappears in one piece.
Wow. And would you be the magician or would you be the woman?
Oh, absolutely, I would be the magician. Sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just so proud and so glad to have you as a magician in this world. It's about time the females come rising up and start cutting men in half.
Exactly. Listen, I am very proud to be a woman in magic because there aren't that many of us. And, there are a lot of gender roles in magic. It's always the ladies getting cut in half. And,
right.
I just think who cares? Just cut someone in half. Make them disappear.
I love that. Can you show me a magic trick right now, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to show you a magic trick. So, do you see this lovely, beautiful necklace I'm wearing?
I sure do.
Well, Dave, these are very real handcuffs from the sex shop.
Oh.
I unfortunately am not allowed near any sort of policing equipment
Yeah.
for natural reasons, because like why would they let just some hokey magician near actual handcuffs? But I can guarantee you, like, if you put these on, they're not coming off. So without
They look real to me. I wish I could be there to test them.
we're not going to talk about how the appropriateness of that, but I can guarantee you they are. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
They are strong. I got these on sale, actually. It was quite a good deal. I was really, because do you know how many cards magicians go through?
52 time. That'd be my guess.
So many. And just so if we go through a lot of cards, which those costs add up, we go through even more handcuffs.
Oh,
So
Lord.
anytime I can find a handcuff on it for a steal, I take it. So anyway, handcuffs
Got it.
are on. Do you see this key here that I used?
I sure do. Yep. Yeah,
All
I see.
right. I just threw it.
What are you doing?
I just threw it, Dave. It's a very dark room. I'm going to have a lot of trouble finding that key.
Good
So
luck.
I guess I might as well try and escape. I watched a YouTube tutorial on how to do this, and it's easy. You would be really shocked about how easy it is to escape from handcuffs.
Then don't hurt yourself now.
Oh no, I'm not gonna hurt myself.
I mean that's like no joke there. I wish I had music. Would that help?
You know what, Dave? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Dave?
I sure can.
Okay.
I don't trip on anything. It looks dark in that room.
Okay. It is very dark.
Uh-huh.
If I were a key, where would I be?
On the floor in the dark?
Yes, on the floor in the dark.
Oh, there you go.
You know what? Sometimes, listen, nobody's perfect.
Sure.
I listen, Dave, I promise you, like, this worked before. Like, I've practiced this trick, so many times. Maybe it's my stage fright.
Well, just you and me. We got a couple more. You got this. So
right.
so
I don't let stuff like this faze me.
right.
Just room for improvement.
Every single day. It's that 1% better thing. By God, if you can be 1% better tomorrow and keep that trend up, you'll be 365% better end of the year.
Exactly.
So I was hesitating bringing this up, but there's a certain mind freak that comes up in your act an awful lot. I know your people told me not to ask, but when did that start, and how are you dealing with it now?
Well, for those
the mood changed.
Sorry. In the mid 2000s, Chris Angel, who was a very, very popular magician, had his own reality show on A&E called Mind Freak, where he would go around and, do the same thing I do, trick people on the street, blow minds. And actually, A&E approached me first about doing the show under the same title, and
So you were Moon Sky Mind Freak?
I was Moon Sky Mind Freak. The contracts were signed. I had a penthouse suite in the Palms Casino.
Wow.
I was living large, and then one day I get a call from the studio exec, and they're like, I'm sorry, Moon Sky, we found this guy. You know,
Sure.
the show is his, and my heart was absolutely broken. And I tell that story because I could have given up magic right
Sure.
then. I could have just walked away from it all.
Hmm.
Started my own Etsy page, I don't know, made candles. But I decided to stick to it. And you know what? I may not be Chris Angel or David Blaine, but I am my own brand, and I am just so grateful that I still get to live out my dreams every day and just blow minds.
So the most popular place you'd want to be, or if you had a dream, what would be the place you would love to perform your magic?
Ooh, I would say Broadway. I want my own Broadway show, my own one-woman show on Broadway that's just magic.
Oh, yeah.
Liza Minnelli can do what I can do it,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, love Fleabag. Relate to it so much, especially the breaking the fourth wall. So good.
Absolutely. So, is there any sort of reunion with your grandfather, maybe? Could you do a duo show with that guy, Sky?
Well, unfortunately,
Uh,
due to COVID, he's well, but like traveling's not the best idea right now, and he's old.
sure.
So
Is he relegated to like more advanced tricks? Most mature people, they get older and they get better and they learn and they learn. Or is he reverted back to pull my finger?
he tricks me all the time. Like,
Really?
he was like, bandana just magically appeared, and I was like, what the heck, Grandpa? And he was like, I may be old, but I have not lost what makes me tick. And
So he got better.
he got better, which is, I feel like, such a great life lesson. You can't rest on your laurels. You always have to be working and improving.
That being said, and I'm glad you brought that up, where is Moon Sky in 5 years?
Ooh, Moon Sky in 5 years. Well, Moon Sky would love to book a Netflix show.
Ooh.
Instead of magic for humans, magic for spirits, because the ghosts need entertainment too.
Sure.
I would like my own perfume line, a la Britney Spears in the mid 2000s.
Sure.
Um,
And just to hold you there, what would that smell like?
ooh, gasoline, cedarwood, and fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because before I go on stage, I get stage fright, and I'm doing these crazy tricks, and I don't know if I'm going to walk off stage that night. So there's always that fear that keeps me going.
So you're motivated by fear.
You're not motivated by fear?
I fear nothing.
I respect that mindset.
When you're a stoic. Getting back to some of the tricks on stage, I saw recently a tape of your trick to where you took a penny into your mouth and then you worked to try to get it out of your arm. Can you describe why you would do that, and how do you think that went? And have you successfully done that trick in the past?
Well, Dave, beforehand, I had successfully done the trick, but that night I was doubting myself. So when I swallowed the penny, things just went wrong, and then I ended up bleeding out of my mouth, and then it's on the internet.
Right.
So, I really don't like to talk about it because it hurt. Like, actually.
Physically hurt.
Physically hurt. And it also hurt my wallet. Like, do I look like someone that has insurance, Dave?
You do not.
Hospital bills are really expensive.
That's a bad day and the old black hat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I like to finish my interviews with a set bit of questions. I'm just looking for an authentic short answer.
Got it.
Are you ready?
Yep.
What magic trick do you love?
Ooh, I love the trick where someone guesses, or you have to guess the card and you guess it correctly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's a lot of math and a lot of work.
A lot of counting cards.
A lot of counting cards. Illegal in Vegas. What's your least favorite magic trick?
Ooh, levitation. I don't like levitating.
Really?
I like being grounded. Like, actually.
It's something that makes sense to me. What's your favorite magical phrase or word?
Prestidigitacadabra.
Damn. I love that one. And I've heard it not in Mary Poppins, not in Harry Potter, and not in Prestige, since you brought that up.
That's why it's my favorite word. It's rare.
Yeah. This one's kind of meaningful to me. Is this your card?
It is. You got me. 3 is actually my favorite number.
I knew it was. If you were not a street magician, what profession would you like to try?
Goat tamer.
Goat tamer. I've seen so many YouTube videos and they're so cute. And you scare them and they go to sleep.
I like having that power over them.
I never thought I'd have so much in common with a goat. And then finally, if heaven exists in a magical world, what would you like to have Houdini tell you when you enter the pearly gates?
I just want him to look me in the eye and shake my hand and then just walk away. I don't think I want him to, I think I want that like mental connection over him saying like physical words.
Absolutely. I totally get that. And this brings our interview to a close. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, Dave, check your hands.
Check my hands?
Check your hands.
Oh, no way! No way! Oh, amazing! Amazing! Well, hey, that's our show, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Please be sure to stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to have head-to-head with Amanda Reed, Becca Hayes, and Michael Andrek.
Heard that Amanda Reed girl's a hoot.
She is a hoot. Now you're talking with Dave McCabe, signing off. Thank you, everybody.
Do, 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 do.